the dyno sheet numbers, and before I go over these are what they call corrected numbers. And by corrected, the computer takes into account, the dyno computer, your pressure, which is going to be your elevation, and temperature, intake, air temperature, all those things. And it's going to give you a number that is going to tell you this is the horsepower it's going to make at sea level. So my maximum horsepower was 570 horsepower at 5,500 RPM, and my maximum torque was 618 foot-pounds of torque at 3,700 RPM. And so keep in mind, this is corrected horsepower. You're not going to get this where I live. I'm at 4,450 feet of elevation here, and we dynoed this at, their elevation there was 4,950 feet of elevation. So this was up in Chalice, Idaho, a little bit higher elevation. Jim Laroy is the one that helped me on this build. He's the one that ported my cylinder heads. Well, didn't actually port, but he cleaned them up. And then he did not just a 3-angle valve job, but like 10 or 11 different angles. And so his father worked in NASCAR, so Jim knows a lot of tricks and a lot of things to do to get extra horsepower. In the link below, I'm going to put some Amsoil Mopar Muscle links in there of Jim and his son Cody, and they've competed like 3 times in that event, and they've done really well. Jim asked me what I expected out of this engine, and I told him I'd be tickled to death with anything between 500 and 600. And so he had comp cams, custom grind the camshaft that's in my car, and then you're not going to find very many people that comp will do that for. I'll show you this diagram here, and you can see the torque, how high it is at such low RPM. And then the torque and the horsepower basically intersect each other at 5,200 RPM. At 5,200, they're basically identical, and then you go on, and when you get to 5,500, that's where it makes its peak power. And he didn't run the engine any faster than 5,800 RPM on the dyno. There was really no sense because your torque and your horsepower started to die off, so no sense in pushing it and trying to break something. Thanks for watching my 440 build videos. Hope you enjoyed them. If you got questions, ask them. I'll pretend I know what I'm talking about and try to answer them for you. This has been a fun build for me. I enjoyed it. It's time to get going on the car now, and I'll continue to make videos and show you my progress until we get out on the road and burn some rubber.